Hello and welcome to Wildly Productions FicFest 2021, a most wretched hive of scum and villainy. I am the creeping demon, the root of all evil, the vegetable destroyer of worlds, but these guys just call me Dio.
Already off to a fantastic start.
And I'm already gonna kick it over to Jess for this. Hi, welcome.
Yes, hello, welcome. Thank you, Dio, for that great introduction, as I am terrible at those. I, however, can now continue in that I am Jessica. I wrote the thing. I voice Elliot and Cy Martin. You know the deal. We have a bunch of us here from Wildly Productions presents Heinous Investigations. We have a bunch of us here tonight for this little FicFest event. Let me see, I'm gonna just go through the order on my screen. Well, we already heard Dio. He is Franken-Orville. And next to him on my screen here, we have Emily. She is here. The voice of Cersei, as we can now officially say. Hooray!
Hey, yes!
She's in the show.
Yes.
I'm a real person, guys. I don't feel like a real person right now. That's the real Cersei voice.
Okay.
There you go. Hi.
She's just like, enough of this charade.
Enough of this. I can be my own woman.
2 seconds in and we're off track. Great. Okay.
Anywho, hey,
yes,
it's your girl.
Yes. Oh, I almost
I'm
said
Cersei.
Miriam. Oh, sorry.
Bye.
Yeah, I almost said Miriam first. But yes, Elena, voice of Miriam, is here.
Hello.
Yeah.
My knife.
Woo!
Ah.
Oh yes, you brought a knife.
In character.
Yes. Very
Brought
good.
the knife in character completely.
Yes, we also have Maria, voice of Ginny.
Hi guys.
Woo!
Woo!
And
Vampire.
Naomi, voice of Liza. You're up next.
Hello.
Hey! And then the voice of everyone's favorite, not really, Algernon. Sorry.
Oh, I was so confused. I was like, yeah, what, me?
It's Toan. You're my sister's favorite, it's fine.
Oh, okay, fair.
And she wrote the theme song, so you got that going.
That means her votes count as 10.
And then, finally, I feel like this is perfect going in the order because I feel like this would be like the and, you know how you like have all the things, and then it's just like, and this
Special
final
guest
person,
star.
and Sarah is here, voice of Vera.
Yes.
And now I cannot hear Sarah, and I'm terrified.
Sarah?
Oh no!
Oh no!
Ah! It's already a horror-filled night. No.
We started recording real late because Sarah was having technical issues, and now we're here.
And now the curse begins.
too.
Every hour upon the hour, another will be lost.
God dang it.
That's right. This is a murder mystery night, baby. We totally got you.
Remember that movie? That two movies, actually? There's the one about Skype and one that's, for some reason, about Facebook. It's that.
Oh my gosh, I know what you're talking about.
Searching
But
was actually good. Just saying.
it is very
It was a lot better than Unfriended. Unfriended was
Yeah.
poopy.
Yeah. Well, I guess while whatever happens with Sarah, I just want to put out there that a bunch of us, since this is a Halloween
crossed she comes
Fic
back.
Fest, a bunch of us have our own kind of costume thing going on. I have my closest approximation to an Elliot as possible.
I saw a light.
Oh, what, Sarah? I also saw a
Walk
brief
towards it.
flicker of stuff. Yeah.
That's how I walk these days.
I also realized that
Getting old.
Probably anybody who listens to this, which is going to be almost everyone who's not actually watching this right now, cannot see our amazing costumes, but maybe that's better. Because I kind of tried. It took me all of 5
I'm dressed
seconds.
like a 23-year-old who finished his first drink before we started recording.
What are you talking about? That's your Todd outfit. Don't you tell me. Are you telling Dio? Do you wear that corn outfit every day?
You always look like a corn.
Oh.
I
You
don't
really
know
went
if
for
we
it with like the
established
hair
that-
coming out the top though. Like,
Yeah,
I know,
impressed.
crazy, right?
I don't think we
Coulda died of
established
green,
that
but we'll
Todd
see.
was a corn yet in the episodes, guys, but that's fine.
He's plant.
It's fine. It's fine.
Plant.
It's, what do you call it? We mentioned the corn a little bit in the beginning of episode 14. You can put 2 and 2 together at this point, guys.
Children of the corn.
You can just go back and do like a bleep through this
Yeah, we'll
entire
just bleep it all out.
Who has time?
They'll
for
have no
that?
idea what I'm dressed as. They'll be like, what the hell?
Yes, but I feel like we're looking very snazzy. I think, you know, extra points should be given here for Miriam and Emily who brought props.
Yes.
Listen,
Yes.
I've almost finished my donut and I'm sad.
Oh no, the prop. No.
The prop. I have no
I
self-control.
feel real bad not being dressed, but oops,
Me
this was a
neither.
busy week.
What you gonna do? I just feel like we all look pretty snazzy.
Let's be real. Would Frank... Who knows what Frank really wears on a day-to-day?
I mean, besides what I can honestly say whenever I envision these characters, those little doodles I made, the
I was gonna say, I don't think Frank takes off that lab coat.
yeah, I'm like, I think he takes it off to see the part of me that's like,
Not that gross.
when he
has
actually
two.
manages to go to bed in pajamas, he will take it off, but otherwise he's wearing it constantly, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
He has
because I wanted. I talked about this before we started recording.
Lab coat.
What?
He's
It's
got
just a
night
lab coat with a little tie rope on it.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was gonna buy like a big Orville coat and wear that because I just wanted to be Orville. Because if I dress like Frank, it'd look too close to Rick Sanchez, and I don't want that baggage. But I couldn't find a coat in time, so
Hey, they have different colored shirts. Frank wears a
normies
t-shirt.
don't know that.
The normies don't know that.
I think it's
They'll be like, "Oh, you're the pickle guy, right?" And I'll be like, "No."
Oh no. Yeah. Hey, I had his
Anyway,
Yeah, I had all these clothing choices pretty much set up when I came up with these characters at first. And, like, I have the minor details down. It was, like, for example, like, when I was throwing together my, like, little Elliot outfit this morning and I was rolling up the sleeves, I'm like, I wonder if anybody would understand why his sleeves are always rolled up. And it's literally just a doctor thing.
yeah.
Yeah. Gotta have...
Don't touch me, I'm sterile.
And
Yeah. It's like, I wonder if anybody would ever think of that, but that's why. He has to have
Fun
the
facts.
sleeves rolled up at all times. I'm trying to stall for time right now because Sarah is switching computers.
If she's switching computers, I can start with my dramatic reading.
that's
yes,
true.
that is awesome. Let's
Don't
do
throw
that.
your voice out. We need you later.
So this is not based on something that I wrote. This is not my original work. I do think it is a very recognizable piece. It's written by one of the greats, and I think a lot of people will appreciate it.
Oh dear God.
Read in the voice of Todd, of course. Man and girl go out to drive under moonlight. They stop on a side of road. He turn to his girl and say, "Baby, I love you very much." "What is it, honey?" "Our car is broken down. I think the engine is broken. I'll walk and get some more fuel." "Okay, I'll stay here and look after our stereo. There have been news report of stairs being stolen." "Good idea. Keep the doors locked no matter what. I love you, sweaty." So the guy left to get full for the car. After 2 hours, the girl say, "Where is my baby? He was supposed to be back by now." Then the girl hear a scratching sound and voice say, "Let me in." The girl doesn't do it, and then after a while she goes to sleep. The next morning she wakes up and finds her boyfriend still not there. She gets out to check, and man door hand hook car door.
As soon as you said it was one of the greats, I was like, oh boy, he's got something.
I
Yep.
remember you mentioning this,
Classic.
and I never thought you were gonna go through with it.
I saved like a couple Shakespeare things, and then I was like,
And car door.
nah. Man hook hand car
Car
door.
door.
So much conviction in that line, and I love it.
It's the man. with a hook for a hand.
Oh no! What is happening?
That was
The man
something
with the
that
sword with the hand.
existed in my brain that I'd forgotten about until this
Until
very
then.
moment.
Yeah, I didn't want to remind you about it because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm still gonna record it at some point, but I wanted to do it live. Or
Just
yeah,
picturing
live.
every character as Todd was a riot to me.
Mhm.
Oh no!
Baby,
I love you. What is it, honey?
No.
I love you, sweaty.
That's where I lost it. I was like trying to hold it in, and then I was like, God damn it.
Todd copy pasta theater.
Yes.
Oh man,
Give
I
us
should have
more.
had some things. I should have had some things to recite.
I was in the U.S. Marine Corps.
Bleep
The U.S. Marine Corps.
No, 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 no.
it.
Bleep it.
Believe it. Oh.
Bleep it in post.
Yeah.
it in
You talk like we have post for these things.
That's fair.
Sure we do.
Beyond cutting
Watch,
certain
wow.
chunks
We
out.
do. We take it and we click post. Internet is amazing. It does all of the edits for us.
Okay.
That's how it works.
I see a
It's
Sarah box, but I don't
There
see
is a me.
Hey!
Okay, we back. You missed
So,
Collective
can you imagine that my gaming PC is way more prepped for this kind
Gamers!
of
That
big
that makes
gamer
sense.
over here.
I gotta get back to playing games. I
Oh
think.
my gosh,
Oh,
Andy
wow,
has
that
a
is
video.
Wow.
What? Oh my
Bro,
gosh!
I didn't know you were MLG Pro like that,
Or
dude.
like that, yeah.
I know, right?
For
I'm
real.
a super
Hey.
heavy gamer over here. In my
Got those
giant
cat
bleep room.
ears?
You can't tell from this angle, but
I'm digging that setup. And then there's this
I have a
me where
memory
it's like
room right now.
lamp, kind like photo.
Sarah,
that I
did
just
you
taste
make
to
your
wall.
PC or did you like buy it already made?
custom bought. Yeah, I didn't make it. I'm not like computer smart. My husband
Okay.
is. I'm not.
I want to get a PC. I don't know anything. So, but anyway, off topic.
Yes,
I
this
don't
is
know
a
anything
FicFest.
either, so.
We should probably freaking read a fic, right, guys?
I don't know why I
What?
thought you said FicFest.
Right.
Is that why we're here?
Only 45 minutes in, it's fine.
We're
What?
We started.
Oh,
here.
I
Yeah.
mean, we started
We
half
got on
an hour
45
late,
minutes
Whose
ago.
fault is that?
We finally get to read fic, but we did have a dramatic reading for the ages. You'll have to go back and listen
Yeah.
to it later, Sarah, because
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry,
gonna have to
Sarah. I
remember.
did a dramatic reading as Todd. I can do another one
As
later. but-
Todd? Oh no.
Yeah.
it's a thing of beauty. All right. So with that, I had put all the fics in our Discord server earlier. So we are starting with I thought we'd start with because Mischief Night, as it is called in where I live,
Mischief
night before
Manage.
Halloween is
Yeah.
tomorrow. I thought that we
The
could
Northern
start up
Front.
with the little something that I wrote. It's also the longest because I don't concise is not a word that I understand. So I think we should, if you open that up, let's see here. This is I forgot we have there are more characters than I even mentioned before. The main players the main players in this are Elliot / Sai, Vera, and Nate, but Riff is not with us tonight, so I will need a volunteer for Nate.
I mean, I feel like it has to be his soulmate. Dio, you have to be Nate.
Yeah.
Wait, I was like Nate's soulmate, and I was like, oh, it's Riff's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is this a dramatic lore drop that none of us knew about?
Nate's
That's
soulmate,
right.
Mike the bartender.
Yes.
He's not here either.
Okay.
I should
He's not here.
I
ship
ship
it.
I do ship
How
it.
long have we been shipping this? We've been shipping this
For a while. We've been shipping them for a while. Okay.
Since we found out how hot the bartender is, obviously.
Exactly.
Truth.
Obviously.
He's good. He'd treat Nate well. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So okay, Dio, you want to take Nate?
Sure.
Alrighty. You're also Frank in the beginning and the end.
Yeah.
Heads up. We are also gonna need someone to be Carlton. Any takers on that one?
I can do Carlton. I've been hitting the Carlton box.
Yeah, I feel like you fill in for Carlton quite a bit when David is not around. I feel like it's you. Yeah. I feel like you might be second only to Emily in that regard.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so we got those. That leaves. Oh, that works out perfect. We have 3 more roles. These are 3 different children who all. One of them has a formal voice actor already, but they are not with us. So it's kind of an early premiere of one of them. We have Freddie, Teddy, and Jake. So. Those are the boys.
You got me there. I'm not proud of it, but you got me.
Did I really? With that gag?
Yeah, with that gag.
Wow.
I honestly, sincerely thought for a second, what's the other Eddie?
Yeah, it'd be like if the DuckTales were Huey, Dewey, and Craig.
Yeah, that's the thing. When it's 3, it hits different. If it were 4, it's always like, okay, we get the joke. But 3 hits different.
Ed, and Bimothy.
Okay, so let's see. I don't know. Let's just. Who wants to take Freddie of our Oh wait, no, we have 4 people remaining, so it's not 3. But no, we have stage directions. So
I can do stage direct. I was gonna say yeah.
Yeah, okay. Emily's got got the directions here, and that leaves can I just go left to right here across my screen? We got Miriam as Freddie, not Miriam, wow. Elena, I did it again. I was about to say Jenny too when I was looking at Maria. Elena as Freddie, Maria as Teddy, and Naomi can take Jake. I think we're set to go here, and I'm very much looking forward to this. All right, so this fic is called Nate and Cy in, Mischief Night, a pre-Halloween adventure.
Exclamation point.
Exclamation point.
Underline. Underscore.
It is October 30th, the night before Halloween. Carlton is wandering through the house when he happens upon a very interesting sight. Frank strapping Elliot into his bed with the amount of said straps being excessive. No, this is not a bondage thing. Get your minds out of the gutter.
Okay, little buddy. That's all the heavy-duty straps I had lying around, but if you need more, I've still got some bungee cords lying around.
Why? Want to know what I'm looking at here?
Mr. Carlton, I can see how this might look odd.
Odd? Kid, you've got a mad scientist strapping you to your bed.
I know, but I promise you that these proceedings are nothing if not above board. You see, tonight is Mischief Night, also known as Devil's Night, and on Mischief Night it is common practice around the world. Common practice around the world, especially here in Hainesbury, to engage in, mischief. And unfortunately, a certain someone, who shall remain nameless, has a habit of going rogue on this night. And he, or she, or they, who knows, always goes too far.
Oh, so the demon goes on a rampage at this time of year. Got it.
Well, I mean, that is, yes. But in recent years, I've gotten wise to my own schemes and have taken it upon myself to prevent chaos of any kind. You see, in this sort of situation, restraint is of the utmost importance. I am therefore having Frank strap me to this bed, as a precaution.
I'd like to say on the record that there is literally no part of me, physically, mentally, or emotionally, that is enjoying this. For all of you out there who may think differently, you know who you are. Seriously, why would you all think that I'd ever have those kinds of feelings for my best, most special little science buddy in the whole world? And, oh, okay, I hear it now. But I don't regret saying it!
And with that, I'm out of here. I don't see this going wrong in any way at all. Best of luck to you.
Carlton leaves.
Oh, maybe Mr. Carlton is right. Maybe I'm only fooling myself with this poorly contrived self-containment method. Really, what was I thinking?
Hey, now what kind of talk is that? Didn't you just say that this has been working for a while now?
As far as I know.
Which is good enough. And hey, even if this has been a colossal waste of your time and effort in the past. It won't now, because I'm here to back you up, and I promise to keep watch here all night if necessary.
I don't believe that to be an entirely healthy behavior.
It's fine. I barely ever sleep anyway.
Right, well, I suppose that we're on equal footing there. I appreciate the sentiment. Thank you.
Don't mention it, buddy. Now let's do this!
Frank falls asleep almost immediately, as does Elliot. Let's just cut to the chase here. Elliot goes into demon mode in his sleep, and Sai easily bursts out of the trap Frank and Elliot made.
Oh gosh. Voice change. I can't believe they actually thought that would work. See ya, suckers!
Sai escapes through his bedroom window, on the 3rd floor. Demon logic! Soon enough, he's in town.
Alright, new year, new career, and I'm assuming a certain degree of legal immunity with said career. So, just what kind of trouble could I cause on an opportune night like this?
Speaking of opportune, hey look! It's Nate! Running away from some obnoxious children, Freddy, Teddy, and Jake, pelting him with eggs.
Hey! Stop it! That's a waste of eggs!
I don't care. It's mischief night.
We refuse to acknowledge the potentially wide-reaching consequences of our actions in the name of childhood shenanigans.
Yeah, we're the worst.
That is definitely not something you should be proud of! Now please, leave me alone!
Fine. We're all out of eggs anyway. Come on, guys. Let's go Tibia's house.
Yeah.
Boys run off.
Hey, no, wait! Oh, Delia's not gonna like this. Oh, who am I kidding? She'll probably join in, and then, like me, clean it up.
Nate takes a moment to wallow in sad, eggy misery, until a dark figure sneaks up alongside him.
Rough night.
You have no idea. Wait a minute.
He turns and comes face to face with Sai.
Hi there. It ain't you, but that's fine.
Nate immediately panics and makes a run for it.
Why do they always run? You'd think they'd realize how much more amusing it'd make things for me. Oh well.
With practically no effort, Sai not only catches up to Nate, but also manages to corner him in the woods.
Why did these things always happen to me?
He turns around and sees Sai.
You know, one thing I have not been able to check off my list since I joined this investigation business is murder an enemy in cold blood. And I think you might just be able to help me with that. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you say that you'd be missed enough to arouse suspicion? My guess is 0. I think you're whimpering. I can't hear you. It probably is eating you.
Yeah.
I did not take in how whiny Nate is. Anyway, okay, so he whines or whimpers. Oh, we'll take that as an agreement.
However, before Sai can do anything to Nate, something hits him. It's a tree. A small tree? That was swung at them like a bat, with a lot of force. They're currently rolling down a hill. While rolling down the hill...
Oh! How could this possibly get worse? Oh! Why?
Oh, stop complaining. You're gonna make it less fun to kill you.
They both hit the bottom of a hill with a thud. Nate takes a second to groan in pain, but Sai pretty much gets up and dusts himself off immediately.
Well, that was inconvenient. But I can't say I don't appreciate the sudden use of potentially deadly force, whoever it was who dealt it out.
He turns to Nate, who's still on the ground.
You should count yourself lucky. Now I have someone else to take out my aggression on at the moment.
I don't think murdering someone is the same as taking out your aggression.
They aren't mutually exclusive.
He takes a step forward, but an extreme pain by surprise.
Yeah, extreme pain shoots up his light, taking him by surprise. Sorry, you cut out there. I got you, though.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good. Oh, shit!
Nate looks to see that Sai is bleeding profusely from his leg.
Your leg is bleeding profusely.
Oh, so it is.
Shouldn't you be a little more concerned?
Not really. I've got a pretty good healing factor. To me, this is more like a really bad paper cut that hurts like hell. Or heaven, whichever poison you prefer, but in my opinion both sound exceedingly boring. Nevertheless, who the hell can I blame it on?
A voice cuts in from the surrounding darkness.
That'd be me.
Sai and Nate turn toward the direction of the voice and see none other than Vera Goring.
Right. And who the hell are you?
Oh, nobody really. At least not around here. Not since a couple weeks ago when my ex and his low-class friends forced me to leave this nowhere town. Slaughtered my friends, too.
Oh, wow, that sounds terrible.
Shh, shut up. The longer she talks, the longer I have to heal up to make sure her and her friends have a little reunion.
Why are you like this? Who hurt you?
Please, don't mind me. I'm just burying my soul here. And I thought that Heinous Investigations was bad.
Oh yeah, heard of them. Total imbeciles, there are a lot of them. Heads up their asses.
Hey, what are you talking about? You work for...
Anyway, this has been fun, but there's still the matter of you attacking us, more specifically me, tonight of all nights, and I'd like to do something about that.
Honey, you should say that. So would I. You see, it takes a lot to leave a place for good when you have so many assets tied up in it. But it's such hard work to square everything away, and I got hungry. Imagine my luck when I found you two.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Seriously? You haven't put it together by now? Look at her. Besides the excessive confidence and sultry shape, I thought that you'd at least have noticed she's got bloody fangs.
You mean she...
Yes, she is.
And as such, consider myself turned on.
What? No, you should be terrified. I'm going to eat you alive.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
No, I mean, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, you are.
As in, I am going to drain all of the blood from your body.
Hot.
Oh my god. You know what? I don't have time for this.
She bares her fangs, a hungry, savage look in her eyes.
Yeah, you really mean to?
Yeah.
Oh. Shit.
Vera goes to feed.
Another girly scream. Whoa there, Carmilla. Look, between the two of us, I'm technically not human, so I doubt new blood of mine would agree with you. However, I'd be willing to go 50-50 on the walking buffet standing next to me. Never tried blood before, but hey, there's a first time for everything, isn't there?
While I appreciate the sentiment, I'm afraid that I have to refuse. Honestly, I've never had the blood of a non-human before. Consider me more interested than ever. Now stay where you are, and I promise to make this as quick and painless as I want it to be.
Right. Have fun with that.
I books it, leaving Nate for dead.
Hey! I'm just gonna go now.
He takes off in the same direction as Sai.
All right. I don't mind putting in a little work for a good meal.
Vera takes the cool vampire route and flies after them. Meanwhile, Sai has made it a good enough distance away, but with his injury, combined with the rough terrain, making it difficult to stay ahead for long. He stumbles over a fallen tree limb and lands on his bad leg.
Oh, shit, fuck!
Nate is about to run past him, but stops and turns around to help.
Hey, do you need some help?
Oh, great. I can't even manage to outrun you like this. Fine. You help me get out of these woods and away from whatever her name is, and I promise not to kill you when this is over.
Deal?
Fantastic. Now help me up.
Nate does so.
You know, normally I'd have a much greater interest in the prospect of spending some time with a woman like her, but the possibility of being exsanguinated because of it has essentially killed the vibe for me.
Suddenly, Vera catches up.
Ah, found you.
Of course.
Vera attacks Sai. I'm not being more descriptive because I know the depraved humans I work with.
Hi.
Ah! Let's try not to be loud.
Oh, reaction.
Sai does his best to fight Vera off, but with his injury, still has him at odds.
What's the matter, demon? Can't hold your own in a fight?
Says the one whose ability to throw a solid punch depends on the bloody sun.
Vera manages to grab hold of Sai and fly a good distance upward.
Shit.
Vera flies down and slams Sai into the ground.
Oh, mother...
I'm gonna enjoy this.
Just when things are looking their worst, Nate runs up to Vera and hits her with a big stick. Still not an innuendo. He continues hitting Vera, letting out half-panicked, half-bloodthirsty screams the entire time until finally she's unconscious. But not dead. She's a vampire. She's tough. Sai can only watch in amazement.
Wow. And I thought I had a lot of aggression. All right, slugger, I think she's out.
Nate snaps out of it.
Oh my gosh, I just hit a woman. A lot.
Yeah, I think you get a pass, considering the circumstances. Besides, something tells me she's not going to be out for long. Had a few encounters with vampires back in the day, and these nasties have a habit of coming back even worse than before. But don't worry, I've got a plan.
Does it involve running for our lives?
Nah. We do that, she'd just catch up to us again. I've something else in mind.
And now, a Frank time card.
20 minutes later.
Vera regains consciousness and looks around to see that Sai and Nate are nowhere to be found.
Those little... I will not be made a fool of again!
She uses her vampire senses to track down her prey, and she quickly picks up a trail.
Ah, there you are.
She flies across a relatively small expanse of woods and finds Nate in the middle of a clearing.
Well, look who I found. Alone and extremely vulnerable.
Don't come any closer. Sai said he had a plan, and he'll be back any second too. He double-crossed me, didn't he?
Seems like it. But I guess it's not a total loss. At least not for me.
Okay. I guess this night still could have been a lot worse.
Wow. That is really sad. Oh well.
Vera goes for the kill, but is suddenly blinded by something.
Ah! What is this? Did you just throw an egg in my face?
Yep. It feels nice to be the one throwing it for once.
He calls out to Sai, who is perched up in a nearby tree, sharpened stakes in hand.
Now!
Happy mischief night, you blood-sucking fuck! Ha!
Sai jumps down from the tree and on top of Vera.
Shut up.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Continue!
Sai jumps down from the tree and on top of Vera.
Get off of me, you!
Vera freezes as she sees Sai pointing the stake right at her heart.
Oh, what? You gonna finish that thought? Not gonna lie, it has been a while since I've heard somebody call me a bastard, and I gotta admit, I'm a bit hurt. Anyway, seems like you've got definitive proof now that demons are superior to vampires, not to mention another reason not to show your face around Hainsbury again. Namely, me.
Me!
Yeah, sure, whatever.
You know, it just occurred to me now, and I have to ask. You're one of them, aren't you?
One of who now?
Heinous Investigations. You sound just like them.
I'm nothing like them. Shut up!
All right. I know when I've been beat, and I'm willing to accept that.
Yeah, you know what'd make me actually believe you? If you left right now and never came back.
All right. Maybe I really am better off staying away. But then again, you know what they say about vampires. We come back even worse than before. Ta-ta!
She turns into a bat and flies off. A short walk later, Sai and Nate are out of the woods. Literally and metaphorically.
Hey, thanks for saving my life back there. I didn't think you had it in you.
I don't. I fully expect to kill you for real next time the opportunity presents itself.
If you say so. You're not gonna thank me back, for Saving you from the murderous vampire lady?
Nope.
Yeah, that tracks.
Glad to hear you say so. Now get out of my sight, because I have a feeling that opportunity is about to present itself real soon.
Oh, I don't think you'd have it in you so soon.
I lunges at Nate with definitely murderous intent. Nate runs off, terrified beyond all reason.
Yeah. Yeah. Not a bad mischief night, by all accounts. I need a drink.
The next morning, Frank jolts awake.
I wasn't sleeping! You were sleeping! Elliot? Little buddy? Oh man, I'm sorry I didn't follow through on guard duty.
He turns to find Elliot sound asleep in bed.
Oh. Never mind. Psst. Hey buddy. Mischief night's over. It's all good.
Elliot wakes up, but is pretty groggy.
Really?
Yeah, all good. Which means it's Halloween! Now we can partake in all the sugary, spooky madness we so rightfully deserve!
Sounds intriguing. Although I feel as though I should also take this opportunity to impart some of the history of this particular holiday. You see...
He steps foot out of bed and immediately stumbles in pain.
Ow! What happens to my leg?
He looks skyward, making it unclear whether he is addressing his other self, the universe at large, or both.
Mischief night!
Bean!
Yee!
I love it.
Hooray!
Poor Nate.
Yeah.
Poor sweet boy Nate.
Poor sweet boy.
So-
I
Nate.
is horny on Maine.
Yeah.
Yes.
You really got to, you really got to showcase that outside this time around.
Hot.
I was like, oh yeah, that one exchange between him and Vera was like one of the first things I wrote. I was like, yes. This
If he
theme of
wasn't
the
like
episode.
if he wasn't such like a selfish bastard, I'd call him a tier 3 Vera sub, but like he's not gonna give her money.
Oh god. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to take a quick second here to stop this recording because
Cool.
it would take if we just went straight here with this GarageBand recording, it would take forever to export. So hold on a sec.
That's fair.
Ah.
Wow, we're back. Can you believe YouTube gave you 2 ads there? Did you skip that movie trailer? I wanted to watch the whole thing. It looked pretty good. We're back.
Yes, we back.
Yeah.
And we're only one fic in, so I think we should just move right on to fic number 2.
Classic.
Yes, written by a Mr. Toan Nguyen.
Oh, that feels weird.
Yeah.
I wish that I had Algie's girl.
Yes, it is titled Algie's Girl.
All right, so everybody should have their named characters in this, aside from Vera, because she's been kicked out of town. We now readdressed that.
Yes.
So, Sarah, if you would like to read for the part of Samantha, that'd be great.
Is she Algie's girl?
Yes.
Okay. Who's doing stage directions?
Well, makes sense.
Do we...
I can do stage directions. I mean, I'm only reading for Algie, so
Okay, sure.
I'll do my stage directions. All right.
Okay, hold on. I want to get a
Alright.
sip of water before we start this because that was a lot.
Fair.
I'm
Yeah, it
just,
was.
Like,
Oh,
going
water.
real
Good
deep
call.
For like a straight, like a straight 20 minutes. Like, nope.
I probably should have got that before, but here we are.
Yep. Let's
So,
go.
We overlook the Hainesbury Harvest Festival. Various members of the town have dressed up in elaborate and eerily accurate Halloween costumes. Many of the booths are currently adding spooky decorations to their exterior. We cut to Miriam, Elliot, Frank, Ginny, and Liza walking past some of the more unsettling booths, which are either a little too well decorated or a little too oddly themed. Ginny is currently wearing an 1820s dress with a stereotypical witch's hat.
So, does anyone want to explain to me why everyone is so intensely into the spooky vibes of Halloween for this year's Harvest Fest?
Sorry, hold on. Oh, that's easy. Ellie and I were thinking about how we could prepare against the events of last year's Harvest Fest, and he suggested...
Frank gestures to Elliot.
Oh, right. I suggested that employing a mix of espionage and masquerade tactics might confuse any would-be festival ruiners.
Which I translated to a super spooky Halloween harvest festival.
Thunder booms.
Also, I made an ambient thunder generator. You're welcome.
So why aren't any of us dressed up?
You're not dressed up yet. At least you guys aren't. I threw together a witch's outfit using one of my old dresses. After all, my family was suspected of being witches once upon a time. Oh, to be 112 again. Anyways, Liza and I planned out some outfits for you guys.
Martin actually agreed to fund our outfits and spread the theme for the Harvest Fest. The mayor immediately agreed.
Convenient. So where are these outfits?
Algie went to get them. He should be back now. He should be back by now, though.
Wait, Algie? You told Algie about all of this? Who else knows?
Well, I told Carlton and Jack, but they both asked to sit this mission out. I told Orville, and he's gonna be coming with his Invisible Man outfit.
It's Orville in the manor reading a book. He flips a page. He flips another page. We cut back to the Harvest Fest.
Wait, so the only one you didn't tell about this was me?
Algie rides in on his motorcycle. Clinging to him with all of the team's costumes is a woman with high-waisted jeans, a blue button-up shirt, and brunette hair. She seems to have just come from work. Hey gang, sorry I'm late. Just made a bit of a discovery. He looks flirtatiously at the woman. They both climb off the bike.
Honey Bunch, stop!
Honey Bunch?
Honey Bunch.
Oh, guys, meet my girlfriend, Samantha. Isn't she radiant?
Well, she is.
Weren't you single this morning?
What can I say? I moved
fast.
Move fast.
Oh my god, he says that all the time.
Tell me about it.
Even when it doesn't make sense.
All right, it's not Dunk on Algae Day. It's Super Spooky Halloween Harvest Day.
Yeah, it is!
So I got your outfits. I made some adjustments to the original concepts. The investigators get tense. As per Samantha's suggestion, the gang lets out a sigh of relief. So Liza, here's yours. He hands Liza a gown/dress that has been torn up and desaturated to look like it has come from a lake and a wig made of straight black hair.
Yes, woman from the mist. This is perfect.
And Elliot? He hands Elliot a set of overalls, a construction helmet, and a rubber mallet, and a dusty red shirt.
Oh, God. Sorry. Yes, it will be interesting to spend the day as a blue-collar worker. Sorry. Oh,
he uses his best tough guy accent.
Oh, I hate you. Oh, pass me the torch. Watch where you're walking. If I don't get this paycheck, my ex is gonna have full custody. Oh. Hey, who took the last beer?
I'm so proud of you.
Oh. Okay, Hotshot, dial it back a bit. Frank? He hands Frank a lab coat, identical to the one Frank always wears. Blue sacks, the same shade as his jeans. Dress shoes, a stethoscope, and a sleek-looking glasses frame.
Wait, I asked to go as a different doctor. You know, I'm so incognito, but the audience won't get too bogged down by assembling so many visuals. This looks like my exact outfit, but more corporate.
It is different. You're no longer Dr. Frank Epstein. You're now Surgeon General Frank Epstein, MD.
The couple immediately begins to imitate a soap opera scene.
What is happening?
Oh, doctor! My ex-lover's clone is bleeding out from being shot by his brother. I'm not ready to confront my feelings for him for another 5 episodes. I need you to operate on him.
If only my original self had made amends with my brother before he transferred to the rival hospital.
Wait, why do you need me specifically? I mean, in this hypothetical, I work at a hospital, so there are plenty of other doctors, and you can't just barge into my office like...
He grabs Frank's arm and looks desperately into Frank's eyes. No, Doc. It's gotta be you. No one can know that this happened. He has instantly donned his outfit and is fully immersed in the soap opera.
We need to operate immediately! Samantha, get me 30 cc's of bourbon, a syringe, 2 shoelaces, and an exhaust pipe! You'll pull through, son. I'm just gonna give you something for the pain right now.
He brandishes a needle from seemingly nowhere. Well, Frank, whoa! We have other outfits to give out!
Sorry, I got a little carried away.
Well played, sweetie.
Thanks, my little dumpling. Liza snorts. And finally, Miriam. He hands her a bunch of leather belts, straps, and a leather doublet.
Oh, no! I'm gonna kill you.
Give me 2 seconds.
Algie, what is this?
I know what it looks like, but this is a witch hunter outfit, but you already have all the weapons, so I got you the belts and holsters.
Oh, and a doublet. Thanks.
Oh, of course. Anything for my sugar bear's friends.
Oh, sweetie pie, stop.
Okay, can we have 5 minutes with Algie?
Sure.
Okay, what's with this girl? Where did you even find her?
She works at the Outfitters.
Of course she does.
Are you serious with her?
Maybe. Why, are you jealous?
Maybe.
But of who?
Not
But then who was
important,
phone?
Wait, Liza, go again.
Not important, Algie.
Oh, she seems to know quite a bit about us. How much have you told her about in the 3 hours you were out?
Just the surface stuff. We do paranormal investigations. We rock at it. Pryor loves knives. Frank is crazy. Liza shoots mist. Elliot is... Elliot. Nothing too invasive.
Okay, but what's with the gushy couples talk? I didn't peg you for someone who talked like that. Plus, I think there's an eerie theme to it.
Oh, I'm not, but it makes Samantha happy, so I'll play the part. Who knows? Maybe after enough playing along, she might...
Finish that sentence and you will be stabbed.
Knocked out.
Noted. Algie quickly transforms into a greaser outfit. The group rejoins Samantha. Well, Cupcake, we're all set here. Want to enjoy the park together?
Totally.
Algie, we're patrolling. You can't just head off.
Relax. I did some pre-scouting when Lovely Button and I went on our first date at Rover's Rest. The place is packed with monsters and people in monster costumes. None of them can tell the difference. Our plan is working wonders. I'm pretty sure I even saw Nate kicking back in there. Cut to Mike's bar, packed with monsters and people in monster outfits, having a blast and conversing with one another. Algie walks by Cersei, who is wearing a floppy rubber Nate mask. He stops after a few seconds and double checks. Nate? What are you doing here?
Hey, Algernon. Just on an errand for Delia? You know me.
Ah, siblings, am I right? He sits next to Cersei.
Yeah.
You know what you need? A partner who understands your needs and your desires. So tell me, he pulls out a notebook labeled Dr. Love and Stuff. What are you into, and what are your kinks?
Dear God.
Cut back to the fest. Let's just say he's in the market. So yeah, everything will be fine. Worst case scenario, give me a call, I'll be over in a minute. Maybe 3. 10 tops. In the meantime, I'm gonna be winning my Strudel cutie so many prizes.
Oh, pudding. I could just eat you.
Could you guys excuse us for a moment? He takes Samantha behind a nearby booth. So, I think we have a really good thing going here. So, I think you should know that I mutually separated from a very hazardous relationship.
Oh, honey bunch.
Yeah! But you know, one of the problems I felt was communicating clearly, and like, the phrase, I could just eat you, that triggers a bit of a red flag for me. Like, that tone of vernacular specifically is very charged for me. So I was just wondering what you meant by that.
Well, I just want to rip open your rib cage, devour you from the inside out, and shackle your soul to my vessel for all eternity.
I'm in love.
Oh, Samantha's chest splits open, revealing a large gaping mouth with wriggling fangs. Her arms split in half and transform into slimy tendrils. Her eyes dilate into inky black fish-like eyes. Oh no!
That might be a deal breaker.
We cut back to the rest of the investigators, fully costumed. They are discussing how safe LG is, while in the background, LG is being thrashed about by Samantha. The booth there behind makes it look like Samantha is simply an animatronic set up behind the booth that LG is messing with.
He has to know, right? I mean, he dated Vera and she was a vampire.
Yeah, like, it's all food-based nicknames. She has to be some form of people-eater. Maybe he just realized that's what he's into.
I doubt that he's into it. Maybe he just thinks it's worth it.
Personally, I fail to see how one could view being eaten, possibly while alive, as, you say, worth it.
Elliot, you might be too old for this, but you should know. There's this thing.
Cut to Algie and Samantha.
Get to enjoy you all to myself!
How do I always end up like this? In a bright flash, Samantha's head explodes off her body and her body falls lifeless to the ground. We see Frank standing behind her. Frank? What? When? How?
Body snatchers. Tough business, huh? Can only be killed by a lot of fire. Or an ambient thunder generator with a disabled inhibitor case, which then creates a lightning generator. You're welcome.
Wait, body snatcher?
Yeah, they impersonate their victims, that way they can prey on other humans. They're really good at it, too.
Oh, you're saying the real Samantha?
Gosh, Algie, I'm sorry. If it makes you feel better, I doubt that you ever really met her, so...
It's still out there!
What?
I have to save her, Frank! Frank, round up the squad! We've got a girlfriend to save! A future girlfriend! He runs off.
That was a bad
Frank
one.
hoists Samantha's corpse onto his shoulder.
I guess we'll need to take care of this.
Uh.
Oh my fucking god.
Cut to Frank's laboratory. Frank kicks open the door and begins descending the stairs, dragging Samantha's body towards the furnace. Talking to it as he descends. Don't worry, I have so many stage directions to cut in between you.
You know, so it's hard, because, like, you take the memories from the person whose body you snatched because, like, all that knowledge helps you fake it, right? And for you...
He grunts as he flops one half of the body into the furnace.
It helped you with getting these costumes together, which is great.
He shovels coal into the furnace, covering the top half.
But when you're faced with someone with genre savviness and fourth wall breaking capabilities such as me, you have to wonder what happens then.
He folds the other half of the body into the furnace.
And then it turns out it's really terrifying. Like, you don't just eat the person you effectively become them. A version of them that likes to eat people, sure, but other than that, you are them. So when I ate Frank, I became him. So I know this is a story written by Toan Nguyen after a crazy night of D&D and a slow day of web design class, and I know that this is supposed to be the scary, oh no, Frank's a body snatcher too part, but I think the real horror is for me! I haven't had the time to think about eating people because, like, I now know that this is a fanfic, but this is canon. But is this canon, or am I just being used as a mouthpiece for Tuan's insecurities? Has Frank been a body snatcher this whole time, and Toan just happened to nail it? Is this going to inspire that to be canon? Or am I just a one-off variant Frank waiting to be purged, and thus I'm cursed to live in this eternal half-life in this fanfiction that will only be read live for YouTube?
He turns on the incinerator.
I am so far removed from being a body snatcher by this, and I don't even flinch at disintegrating one of my own kind. I don't think of myself as one of them anymore. And I know you think I'm talking to this now charred corpse, but I'm talking to you. You at home. I know that you think that you came into this halfway, but you didn't. You have the whole conversation. It legit started after Toan said talking as he descends. You get what I'm saying, right? That the real horror is the possibility that it doesn't matter. I know you can't respond to me, but that is the really scary stuff, right? More than Samantha or Eldritch horrors, right? Right? Who am I kidding? You can't respond.
Dejected, he walks up the stairs and turns out the light. With only the light of the furnace, we see a pair of boot marks appear on the ground in front of the furnace. The creature that makes them is unseen, almost like it's invisible.
The
The end.
aristocrats.
Oh my god!
Damn.
That was amazing.
I have to say that was
Wow.
first of all that was incredible, but I also gotta say, of everything in all of that, my biggest hang up was that Frank isn't a doctor.
That's true.
Just like the real Frankenstein.
Just like the real Frankenstein.
Also, holy cow, snaps to you, Dio. Like,
Yes, no,
Yeah.
oh my
Oh,
god,
thanks.
like, dang. I was stumbling on the sidelines that I wrote.
I was really into it. I felt
Yeah.
it. I felt the existential dread.
Yeah.
You
I was-
felt where it was going. I could see you.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that like, oh wow, Toan, that like, that shook me to my core. Like, wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
really good.
Oh my goodness. I want to kill you though. for
I
the
wanna
Elliot
record
bit.
that
I want to kill
monologue.
you.
That's
It's
incredible.
Being recorded. It's been recorded.
Ugh,
I can, and plus you've got the files in case you need it.
yeah.
This is true.
It's just so
you're gonna look back
interesting.
one day and have that be on like your first demo or something, and you'll be like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
fanfiction, huh?
Yeah, oh my goodness, that was so much. Wow. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm so like floored right now. Should I just like stop writing, guys? Should I just like let you guys take over? At this
No.
point?
This wouldn't have happened.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. I think you've all
That was-
all grasped it quite well. These weirdos.
But we're gonna keep grasping.
Yes. Firmly
Firmly grasp it.
Firmly
I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
Lit.
Okay.
Lit.
Oh,
Okay.
I was
Hello.
singing.
Welcome back.
Mhm. Okay.
Welcome
Yeah.
back
Well,
to Movie Phone.
Gosh.
Welcome back to Fanfic Phone.
What?
Okay.
This is some high quality content.
We are professionals.
We are the
Yes.
professionals.
So,
Professionals.
okay, so I have our next fic already up
Untitled.
here. This one was written by voice of Rachel Pryor, Jamie, who is not here with us tonight.
This looks
But-
like 200006.
Yeah,
I think that was the point. No,
that kind of
was
was the point.
I-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they're referring to the
Definitely
PDF,
the
Whoa.
which is
Jessica, I can't
experience.
believe you put a picture of this up on the YouTube videos. People can see that it looks like 2006.
Okay, fine. You're making me do a post for this. Thanks, guys. Like making me do post production. Thanks, guys.
I don't know how to feel about the fact that one of these characters is the scary thing.
I didn't know what to call
Can
it
I be the
exactly, so I
scary
lifted it from something Jamie wrote in here. Wherever you are, Jamie, I hope you're having a fun time. I feel like
I
you
wanna
might have
be the
said you were
scary
going to
thing.
Disneyland, but I don't remember. So
Disneyland?
Disney
That's
World.
not spooky at all.
Hey, October's
they have-
pretty spooky.
October's pretty
It's
spooky.
spooky.
October's
Yeah,
pretty spooky.
the spooky Disney.
It may be 87 degrees, but it's pretty spooky.
Woof.
So, okay, let's get on with this. So
Catch
this
me
is
outside
So
dripping.
this is Jamie's untitled Halloween fic that she sent me straight up in a Discord private message that I then had to copy and paste, hence it looking like 2006. I also had to. This is actually written like an actual fic, so as opposed
I
to
noticed
a script
that.
like some of the others. So I had to get real creative with the highlighting, and I think that just makes it look even more ancient. So, if we're going through this cast, I mean, I think most of us are playing ourselves here, but we're gonna need somebody to jump in. We're gonna need people for Carlton. Oh wait, no, actually, not most of us. Like half of us are playing ourselves, and the other half are gonna be Carlton, Rachel, Jack, and the scary thing. I will also do stage.
I want to be the scary thing.
Huh?
I want to be the scary thing.
He is
how did-
called Dibs.
He jumped on that so quick. Okay.
Yes.
That leaves so I think Emily should be Carlton this time. The time-honored tradition.
I'm Carlton. I'm just waiting for the gender swap episode, guys. I'm ready.
I may have one in mind, but probably not the way you're thinking of it. I am very excited. All I'll say is the working progress title of it, which God knows how many years from now it'll come out at this point, but the working title is Me and Dimension 63. Is the name of the title. Have fun with that. Okay, that's the working title. So yes,
all right.
Carlton. Emily is Carlton. Then we are going to need. We got the scary thing that leaves Jack and Rachel. So. Oh my God! No!
I watched that movie last night.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be spooky.
Now I kind of want David to have that exchange with.
Where is Rachel?
Where is Rachel?
I'm sure he says that in an episode. Dear God.
What is she?
Okay. So, I think that, I'm gonna say, I think, what do you call it? I'm gonna have, Maria, why don't you do Rachel? You good with that? And,
sure.
Then Sarah can be Jack, who I think just pops in really quick. Same with Liza. I think Liza's only here in the beginning, but that's not too bad. You guys can have a nice break for this one, because since I had to kind of go through this one to do all the highlighting, I can tell you this one gets heavy. So that's partially why I put it at the penultimate spot. So,
oh boy,
I think it gets heavy. Let's see what y'all think. Okay. Here we go. Carlton sighed irritably.
No one's gonna be scared of a little bug, Liza.
He snapped, indicating the large spider decoration his coworker was hanging up.
First of all,
she responded, finishing the last touch-up and climbing down the ladder.
Spiders are arachnids. They are not bugs. Second, lots of people are scared of spiders. Ever heard of arachnophobia?
People are afraid of heights too, but what are we gonna do? Throw them off of the roof of the mansion?
He quipped. Liza continued, ignoring him.
Also, it's aesthetic. It boosts the spooky atmosphere. You can't have a haunted house without some spider webs. And who makes the spider webs?
She asked him like a school teacher.
All right, I get it.
Carlton snapped, brushing off her teasing.
Looks great, though.
He mumbled begrudgingly before setting off to check that everything else was in shape, or at least heading toward the general vicinity of good shape. Since he didn't want to decorate, and was also not very good at it, Carlton was in charge of quality control, making sure that the props were both sturdy and frightening, without being too frightening for, say, an 8-year-old girl living in the mansion with everyone.
Mr. Carlton!
He heard the shout too late. Before he could even turn, a small figure crashed into him and clung to his arm with a vice grip.
Gee whiz!
Carlton gritted his teeth to avoid swearing in front of the aforementioned 8-year-old.
Rachel, what the heck are you doing to my arm?
Come see my decoration.
She begged, tugging on his arm.
It's really cool. I made it myself.
She continued to pull and plead until Carlton gave in.
All right, half pint. All right, you don't have to pull my arm so hard.
They made their way past Orville, levitating some gargoyle statues into place, Frank carrying what looked suspiciously like oversized body parts, Ginny asking around for someone to tell her whether or not she looked good, and Miriam carving out jack-o'-lanterns with throwing hatchets. Carlton called out to Miriam.
You know it would be easier to do that if you were next to them, right?
Mind your own business.
She hollered back automatically.
Mommy's practicing for the guests.
Rachel piped up.
Going to ask her to carve stuff, and she's going to show off her accuracy, and then they get to keep the pumpkin.
She's gonna show off, huh?
Carlton asked with a smirk.
It's not like that.
Miriam explained, launching another hatchet.
It wasn't even my idea. Liza thought it would be a good idea to involve people who don't like to be scared. Look, I've already done my job. I set up Chester and Paula to do their thing in the hedge maze. Why don't you go do yours?
Yeah, Yeah, Mr. Carlton. Let's make sure my decoration is quality assured.
Rachel cried, yanking on his arm again. The two of them made their way toward the hedge maze, with the sound of Apollo wailing like a ghoul and asking, "Like that?" repeatedly, growing steadily closer.
It's right at the entrance, because you have to quality assure it first.
Rachel explained.
Hey, look! Dr. Quaid is already assuring it. Let's go see if I made it.
The girl dashed toward what Carlton thought looked like Elliot talking to the other version of himself. He briefly wondered how he'd split both sides of him apart before shaking it off. The kid never made any sense anyway. It was probably some magic nonsense somebody figured out. When he approached, however, it looked like Elliot was in distress. Oh, God. Oh, please, he begged, with eyes shut and ears firmly covered. Please stop talking. I can't bear much more of this. The other side, Silas, was stringing together as many swears as possible and flinging them aggressively at Elliot. I've met my swear quota for tonight. Carlton looked at Rachel, who was also covering her ears.
I don't think I'm supposed to listen to this,
she said meekly, looking between Carlton and the others.
All right, look, demon guy.
Carlton began, but he stopped when Sai gave him a piercing stare. Swears emitted for the sake of my parents, and also anyone else's parents who might care about that kind of thing. Oh boy, Sai again. Well. The demon side hissed, taking a step toward him. Here's someone who won't be intimidated by just words. Let's see what you're really afraid of, shall we? Sai took a menacing step forward, but before anything could happen, Algie zipped up to the group.
Hey, important question. Has anybody seen the dress that Jack wore to the vampire ball? I'm asking for a friend.
He did a double take and looked between Sai, who looked especially dark and shadowy, and Elliot, who still had his ears covered but was peeking to make sure nobody was going to get hurt.
Heck?
Oh, Algie cried, pointing at them.
But how? You both? But then but...
Enough, growled Sai. He moved toward Algie and seemed to grow larger in size and darker in aura. Even more swears removed for innocent ears. I've had enough of your stuttering, you moron. Algie gave Sai a face that was not quite a smile, but also not quite a grimace of terror.
I think the dress can wait. My bad. You can sort this whole demon thing out yourselves. Right, guys? Good. See ya.
With that, he dashed off with a leaving the others staring after him mutely. Sai was now back to his regular size. Blast, he spat. That was, yeah, he did not say blast. Then I suppose it's back to you, isn't it? He glared at Carlton and began to shimmer in and out of focus.
What are you doing?
Carlton instinctively backed away, putting a hand out and taking Rachel back with him. Oh, this is supposed to be blue. For Carlton.
Oh.
Sorry.
Did you know he could do this?
He asked, looking at Elliot. Normally he can't, Elliot responded, daring to lift his hands just slightly off his head. I assure you, this isn't me. Well, him, I suppose, but technically me.
Ed.
Carlton warned through gritted teeth. Right, sorry. I just, wanted to make it clear that thing is not a being that normally resides in this particular body. It's, I don't exactly know what it is, actually.
My decoration!
Hey, Rachel announced proudly. The two men looked at her, no. And the other thing tilted its head and went completely still.
I made it for the maze. Mr. Algernon said my original idea of moths following everyone around wasn't scary enough. And Miss Kelly said clowns were too controversial, and we'd have mixed results. So I made this instead.
You made a copy of the demon guy?
Carlton asked squarely.
No, that's not it.
Rachel responded, shaking her head firmly.
Just made something that turns into whatever the person sees is afraid of. That way, everyone is sufficiently scared.
Carlton blinked. Elliot covered his mouth with his hands. The scary thing smiled an empty smile.
You're not afraid of me,
it stated simply, gazing into Carlton's eyes.
That means it's time to become something else.
It shimmered and distorted again, but before it took a real shape, Jack entered the scene.
Haven't you seen Oh my god!
He shouted, looking at the scary thing.
Nope, I'm out of here. Not doing this today. Nope, goodbye.
Transform.
That's honestly very Jack. Anyway, the rest of them turned to look at it, which and it had turned into a very large person-sized snake. It poised itself high, hissed, and plunged downward. The crew all dove out of the way.
Both of you, get out of here!
Cried Carlton.
Go, get help, I'll keep it busy!
Elliot seized the opportunity to flee the scene, but Rachel stayed put.
Don't worry, Mr. Carlton. It's not going to hurt you,
she told him. This one's the swear. Sorry, Dad, says Jamie.
Like hell it won't.
Carlton snapped.
It just attacked us.
Well, yeah, it's a snake. That's what a snake is supposed to do,
Rachel replied.
As long as you dodge its attacks, it can't hurt you.
Sound science.
Rachel Pryor, you run and go get help right now, or so help me.
You're not my mom. You can't full name me.
Rachel screamed. The creature hissed out a hideous laugh, slithering up again and to look Carlton in the eye.
That determination on your face.
It whispered, moving a coil around him.
That particular gleam in your eye. You're still not afraid.
It laughed slowly and deliberately, as if it had just learned how and it was trying it out.
I've got just the thing for you, Beverly Carlton.
The snake shimmered and changed its shape once more, this time solely focused on Carlton. As it finished its transformation, it released a cloud of lavender-colored smoke. At first, he wasn't sure what he was looking at, but as some of the smoke disappears, his eyes met the form of...
Val?
He said, almost in a whisper. Val opened his mouth to speak, but was stopped short by a gunshot. He looked down to see blood pooling on his shirt around a hole in his abdomen. Their eyes met again, and he collapsed on the floor. Behind him, the last of the smoke curled up and away, revealing Miriam, who was holding a gun steadily. After a few moments, she finally broke the silence.
He was about to hurt you, okay?
She said defensively.
I just saved you. You should be grateful.
Have any idea what you just did to me?
Oh, sorry.
You know that was him, right? You know it looked exactly like him on the night he...
Shut up.
Miriam cocked the gun and pointed it at him.
I'm not listening to your crap sob story again. I just saved you. If you say another ungrateful word, I swear I'll pull this trigger.
Miriam!
Don't try my patience, Carlton.
She yelled, taking aim. Suddenly, Rachel pushed Carlton out of the way, his weakened mental state causing him to lose balance and fall to the ground.
Get away from Mr. Carlton,
she shouted, her small hands balled into fists.
Rachel?
Miriam recoiled.
Rachel, honey, I need you to get out of the way, sweetie.
You've done enough.
Rachel shot back.
Get out of here.
Rachel.
Miriam's voice was dangerously calm.
You don't get out of the way, you'll get hurt. We wouldn't want that, would we?
When Rachel didn't move, she exploded into anger.
Rachel, you messed up for the last time. Get out of the way or I'll hurt you, you miserable...
You're not real,
Rachel shouted, pointing at her mother.
Go away forever.
With a chime, the monster swirled out of existence. The two of them, Carlton and Rachel, sat there for a minute, both out of breath. Carlton glanced over at Rachel, who was completely unable to look in his direction.
I'm sorry,
she eventually said quietly.
It wasn't how I meant that to go.
Yeah.
Carlton grunted, rising to his feet. He brushed some dust off his sleeves.
Thanks for snapping me out of it, though.
They both stood there in silence.
How about we never speak of this again?
Sounds good,
Rachel said. She immediately put on a smile, though it was smaller than her usual wide grin.
Oh, you gotta help me think of a good decoration.
Carlton sighed and muttered.
Oh boy.
He patted her on the head.
Sure, kiddo. Let's think of something good.
The end.
Oh my gosh.
Aww.
Yeah. Happy Halloween!
I thought we were about to have a weird recursion loop. For a second there, woof.
Excuse me for a second.
Just...
I told y'all.
Yikes.
It got
Wow.
Yeah, that was
real.
literally traumatizing. Like, that hurt me. Like, it was
I thought
wonderful.
the scary
but
thing would
damn.
be more silly.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
We're wrong.
Oh dear.
It was a darkest timeline boggart is what it was.
Yep. I was like, oh lord. Oh goodness.
Well, shout out to Jamie for writing that
I
one.
know. I was
For real
like,
though.
somebody had to write the angst fic in this group. Someone had to do it. Shout outs to Jamie.
Beverly Carlton.
I feel like that really was perfect though for
Yeah.
what Rachel would create of like a spooky Halloween thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
fully.
Yeah, because like
Fully.
an 8-year-old would be like, yeah, people are scared of like dinosaurs and spiders. And then it's like, oh, existential terror is a thing.
Woo.
Childhood trauma.
Yeah.
I know, freaking.
Yeah.
When I read the Elliot
some
and Cy
poor,
thing,
like-
at first I just thought she was being like really crack ficky, you know how you do.
Yeah.
And then it got to the part where they were afraid, and I was like, oh god, she's right.
Some poor gifted kid walks up and it just turns to their parents and they're like, we're very disappointed in you. And they're like,
Ah! Yeah, and they just run.
You
That's
let out
me.
some feelings there, dude. Oh god.
There's we should.
Yeah. I think.
I don't want to go down that hole. I
No,
don't want to think
I
of what
know.
my worst
I
thing
feel
would be.
I feel like
No,
none of us have had that.
let's not, guys.
No.
hey,
Bail out.
Dune the movie. It's a really good movie.
Let's talk
We
about
haven't
Dune.
watched
Go watch it in
Fanfic.
theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We are not sponsored.
I
by
relate to
Dune.
Timothy Chalamet because he daydreams about Zendaya. I feel like we can all relate to him in that regard. Awesome. I get to yell. What? Oh, we're back. Hi. Whoa. Crazy.
What? Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
it's
What a
crazy.
time.
You guys went the way,
That
and
was
now
crazy.
you're back.
Why?
Oh, gosh.
Wow.
I was gonna reference like a really obscure Smosh bit that no one would get, and it would be.
Lord.
I might get it. I might get
Challenge
you
accepted, sir.
I was gonna say.
It was like a try not to laugh thing where
I
Shane comes
have-
out and he's
Which one?
like got this ridiculous like vest and this like colorful spiky hair, and he's like pretending to be a pickup artist. He's like, "Hello and welcome to Talk to Women." And he has what's her face Courtney come out and he says, "Here's how you talk to woman. Hello, baby. You are not my friend." It's really
I
funny.
love that man so much.
Shout out
On
to
top of
Smosh.
I
Shout out
found
to
his
Smosh.
I found his TikTok and it made me so happy.
I think I might have found it too. Yeah. We are not affiliated with Smosh, but I mean, hey, if they found
We're not.
us, I don't think we'd be
But I mean-
upset.
But
All right. Here we go. The final fic of the Halloween Fic Fest.
Hey.
It is time for
Yeah.
A Quiet Halloween by Maria Burns. It's time to wind on
And we're
down.
gonna need a Carlton, and we're gonna need a Jack.
Why
I could
don't
probably
we?
do Jack.
Huh?
I could probably do Jack.
Well, I was gonna say we have.
Well,
the
you're
people
also
here.
Algae.
Yeah. Why
Oh,
don't we
well, that's fair.
Why don't we switch it up? Is there a I'm trying to see who's in here. Why don't we switch it up and have this time Sarah can do Carlton and we'll have Emily do Jack. We'll switch them.
Awesome.
There we go.
Lego.
Okay.
No, Toan's the only one that wrote Orville into their story.
He's too spooky for the spooky season.
I'm
I bet
gonna
if Elena
leave it for
finished
now.
hers, Orville would be in it.
Yeah,
I will put him in next year's FicFest, okay? Gosh, it's like everyone loves Orville, okay? We don't need give someone else a shot.
He's hot.
I know
He's hot.
We know. Okay. A Quiet Halloween.
Right. We hear the sounds of chattering and kitchen noises.
We have to be diligent, especially today.
God forbid the trick-or-treaters wreak havoc.
I love Halloween. It's so fun. It's the only day where I can show my fangs.
It's not my personal favorite, but...
I love it too, Jenny. Growing up, it was such a nice way to escape, to be someone else for a while.
I suppose Halloween has certain merits. And, can be a pleasurable experience if one is...
Can we please focus here? What if something happens? It's been quiet around here. Too quiet.
Maybe you're right, but it's not my problem today. I promised Rachel I'd take her on the pumpkin trail.
Frank enters with his usual amounts of enthusiasm.
Did someone say pumpkin trail?
Oh no.
Oh, yes! I'm definitely gonna be there. Do you think the kids would like to see the pumpkins explode and turn into candy?
Nothing will be exploding.
I got you, boss lady. You're right. Biochemical alteration is the way to go.
Frank, no!
She follows a laughing Frank out of the kitchen. Carlton follows, having given up on trying to organize all that chaos.
Frank is the only one around here who knows how to have any fun.
Hey. Personally, I like Halloween.
You like any excuse to be a spectacle.
And what's so wrong with that?
Aw, Jack, come on. Halloween is the best holiday, where the spooky becomes normal and the vampires run free.
No offense, Jenny, but last time any vampires ran free around here, we almost died.
Fair point. Well, I still want to celebrate Halloween somehow.
Me too, Jenny.
I will as well, I suppose. If you and Miss Liza are amenable to my presence, of course.
Hey, what about me?
I'm gonna spend the day in bed, reading.
He means the bubble bath, drinking wine.
Jenny and Liza laugh.
What's so wrong with that?
Nothing, Jack.
You can use one of my face masks if you want.
No.
They smell like strawberries.
Jack exits, and then he comes back.
Where?
On my dresser.
Thank you.
Algae.
Not a word.
Strawberries!
I deserve to relax after putting up with you my whole life.
Exits with the dignity of a ruling monarch.
Oh, strawberries.
Shh.
Celebrating Halloween. Where should we start?
If I may, I do believe that it is customary to partake in certain sugary delicacies during this season.
Yes, let's bake something.
He opens and closes the cabinets looking for ingredients. Nothing.
Jenny, do you know anything about baking?
Oh, now that you mention it, no.
Look at me.
I do have some aptitude in this area.
Scratches out a list of ingredients.
Great! Algie, can you go to the store?
Why me?
'Cause you're really fast.
You're right. I am.
Thwip as he disappears and returns with the items.
I think this is going to be the best Halloween ever.
Cut to Frank's laboratory, where an oozing mass is emerging from one of his many machines. It looks suspiciously like a sentient jack-o'-lantern.
It's a...
Sirens begin to sound. Maybe Carlton was right about things being too quiet.
It completely ate you. Yeah. Can you do it like quietly?
Huh?
Do you just do it one more time?
Oh, okay. I tried to get away from Mike. I'll turn my gain down a bit.
Go for it.
It's alive!
Worth
Is that better?
it. Yes,
There you go.
Awesome.
Hooray!
I
was
can't
so
do all of
cute.
my fun recording tricks when it's live.
I know.
Can we really quick address the fact that Frank's actions create their own narrative over the course of all 4 of these?
Yeah, crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's so true.
I can't believe Jack was so upset about Halloween considering he was dressed like Genevieve that whole episode.
I
He
think
needed a
for
break.
Jack gets to be other people whenever he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
Dude, honestly, yeah. Just like take a vacation as someone else. Hell yeah.
Or maybe that's the problem, is that he just spends
gotta-
so many days now as somebody else that it's like, is this really a different day?
I
It
don't
was just
know
training for him.
if this
We
is the
needed-
real
we need to
me.
reset. We need to do some
Am I the real
self-care.
Jack?
What's really funny is now
Would I
I'm
even
fully-
know if I was the real Jack?
when we were talking about when you were saying like him in the bubble bath with wine, my thoughts immediately went to American Psycho, and now I'm like, wait, so like if Jack can perfectly disguise himself, he could just commit murder.
Oh my gosh, you're not wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
This just got real dark. Happy Halloween.
Happy
Jack and Algie are perfect for getting away with murder.
Oh yeah, they really are.
I think there's a musical for that.
There's a few of them actually.
Yeah, I think there might be a few, yeah.
Wow, people are really into murder.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah.
People.
I mean,
Dreams.
are we all? I know we just read these fics. We should. I think after reading these fics, we should all really take a moment to all like assess ourselves.
Are we really
Yeah.
people, or are we all body snatchers?
What am I? Who am I?
We're actually all for Rachel's scary thing. What if we're collectively the scary thing because someone's really scared of this podcast?
This
I
is
thought it was
someone's
like a-
very specific trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was like, no, yeah, I too am terrified of myself. I get it.
I want to just make a note. I laugh so hard is that the one recurring theme across all of these. I like how you all like. I feel like you guys have made Elliot even wordier than I make him.
Yeah.
I was really
Yeah.
tripping.
He do
on
speak
some
like
of
that.
those. I was like, what am I? It's like, no. There's a lot of things. I'm really happy, like, again, how much, like, all these fics just reminds me of just, like, it makes me feel so good that we all, like, are so into the characters. It really is like, oh my god. So happy.
I thought about writing a fanfic of Cersei, but it would straight up just be her, like, narrating, giving her opinions on So You Think You Can Dance or something. Like, that's all it would be.
How much?
That sounds iconic to me.
How much would I have to pay
Tonight
you?
was spooky night on Dancing with the Stars.
Spooky night.
It was
Yeah,
pretty
they
good.
did Disney villains again.
They did.
Not bad.
It's almost
though.
like
Not
ABC's
bad.
owned by Disney.
Yeah.
Their Cha-Cha was okay, but I really like the next group's Argentine Tango. It was really impressive.
I
It's
just
so
wanna say-
true, though.
I just want to say, like, how much would I have to pay you, Emily, to write a fic
Right there.
where Cersei forces the investigators to compete in a dance competition?
Oh my
How much
god!
money would you?
You don't have to pay me, ma'am. I will do it.
I will do it.
Do not expect
Man,
great
if season
wedding.
2 wasn't like planned out, I'd say we could
Do it.
just do that as part of it.
Yeah.
It's a podcast. I don't think that would support a dance competition very well.
Oh, you're right. We'll do that for like a live show.
What?
We
I'll
all have
read
to
it
learn.
for a live show.
we
God.
all have to learn
Yes.
to dance.
I
And I've said it on record, so it's
On
official.
record. So it's
I-
official. You guys have to get us into a live show.
Oh yeah. I think that
That's on you.
I can already imagine so many interesting things. Algie would probably really dominate, I gotta admit.
That's true.
Stuff? Yeah.
I also want nothing more than for
Well-
there to be the scenario where Liza dips Elliot. That's like, that'd be a super satisfying
Yes.
thing for
Yes.
me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's so many.
And then the
tones.
absolute train wreck that would be Miriam and Collarton dancing.
Yes, agreed. Oh my
But
god.
what about
I'm
Orville,
trying to do like a
though?
Viennese waltz or something.
I think Orville would be good, and I think Ginny would be really excited.
I can fully say that Orville does not dance. Not that he can't dance, but he doesn't.
I think. Here's
Nothing-
what I think. I think
no
he wouldn't want to
self-expression.
dance, but Ginny would be very excited, and Orville would be like, "Well, okay, I guess I'll do my best."
And his best would probably
I
be
think
pretty
so,
good
yeah.
considering he
I
has
was gonna say, he
control of
just
gravity
shows everybody else up.
effectively.
Yeah.
I'm
He just
fully
levitates
imagining
himself
the,
a little bit off the ground and lets
Yep.
Ginny lead.
Yep.
And then like
I was
it's all
thinking
good,
the
he
like
dominates,
Sleeping
he-
Beauty
Huh?
up
Yeah.
in the clouds.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I was thinking. Yeah,
That'd
something
be
like
great.
that. Yeah, for sure.
That'd also be very cute.
Yeah. Isn't there like that scene in like the Casper, the Friendly Ghost movie from like the
Oh, yeah.
90s where they're like floating
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
What?
dancing?
Does Casper romance the girl in that movie?
Did you not
Yes.
know that?
I haven't seen that movie in
I
years.
feel like they made it very
Oh
Oh my god.
Yes, like Casper was freaking every teenage girl's crush when he became human form in
Yep.
the 90s.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
very true.
True facts.
It really was.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Huh.
True facts. I can attest to this.
Yo,
as I was a
remember-
teenage girl in the 90s.
He kind of looks
Yo,
like a.
remember Casper Scare School?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Oh, completely.
It was a weird one. It was a
It was
weird
one of those
one.
weird things that Cartoon Network would put around, like put on as part of its Halloween block,
Yeah.
along with like a lot of
Oh.
reruns of Goosebumps.
Yep.
Yep. And like all
Reader beware, you're in for a scare. Dum 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 dum.
Oh gosh.
Just also thinking about that
That's
last.
a
Like, I also
throwback.
got to laugh a little bit that like nobody had any like how you wrote that no one had thoughts on baking because I fully have Ginny baking right now in the Christmas episode.
No, I mean, I think
But is
she
it like
would.
when Venom bakes? No,
Yeah.
it's a popular thing.
Like, I feel like she could if she had planned it out more. Like,
that's
that was my
fair.
thing. Like, that wasn't even her idea, and that, like, she was just like, absolutely. And, like, look, I don't know. But
That's
yeah, she
fair.
totally is going to be baking in Christmas, and I support that.
Yes, I have to, because Ginny's just gonna be, mega into it. And I'm so
Yeah.
ready. I already have this really good moment. I have so many things written out. Guys, I have to, okay, stop me now. It's gonna happen again.
Is the 12 days of Christmas?
Violated
Is
the
the 12
law.
days of Christmas in the? Is the 12 days of Christmas in the public domain?
I believe so.
Might be.
I mean, even if we
It's
could,
all the old
I
ones.
want to do like a very Heinous Investigations
Parody is
specific
always
parody
I was
I
gonna
have
say,
that
if you
written.
want to
You
do
don't-
parody,
of
you
12
not
days of
remember?
Christmas.
Do you not remember when I
absolutely.
wrote that? I wrote that last holiday.
Oh, yeah, you did. I
But
remember
no one
that.
ever heard it except a couple of you guys. Which is probably for the best
Good.
because it was a hot mess.
You can always make a second draft.
Wow. I think it better be.
What?
It's written in
Huh?
1500.
Really?
I would really hope it would be
Oh.
public domain, yes.
That tracks.
Like the song is, the recordings may not be, but that doesn't matter because it's our
Right.
version.
Yeah, it's our version. It's fine.
I like how we have
11, pipers piping 10, lords of leaping 9, ladies dancing 8, I've messed up. I tried to go too fast.
I like how even in our own like Halloween special, we have fallen into the we're already talking about Christmas thing.
Yeah, I know. November's in like 3 days.
Oh, goodness.
We destroyed
My.
ourselves.
Oh my
guys.
gosh, I'm gonna be graduating in a month.
Oh my gosh. Well, good for
goodness.
you though. Hooray!
Dude, that's awesome.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Ah,
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
who knows anything? Life is
Who
just
knows?
full of
Who knows?
unknowns, and we have to accept it. Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween! You might run into our scurvy pirate on the middle of the street. That just be how life do.
Remember Sticky Beard? And cut it there.
Okay, you got it.
Remember